So, we're expanding.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about Lab 2?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Lab 2.
I thought you were supposed to talk internally about this.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I posted it in the internal chat.
Okay, cool.
And we tweeted about it this morning.
Okay, sweet.
This, ladies and gentlemen,
Woo! Dang!
dang!
That's a real building.
It's Lab 2.
It looks
Lab 1 is officially
very
deprecated.
grown. Yeah.
We literally never moved into it. We've got some other ideas for things that we might do with Lab 1.
Oh, sorry. To be very clear, just in case I didn't say it, those postings for jobs are going up on Monday.
Okay.
Not now.
Yeah.
Monday.
So go look on Monday.
Yeah.
Lab 1, yeah, we've got some other ideas for what we might do with it. It's possible that it could end up being a space for lab equipment still that needs to be sound isolated from everything else. It's possible it could end up being more studio space. It's possible that we could move the business team over there. Got him.
Let's go. Windows.
I actually don't think the plan is to put the business team there. It's not actually that stupid now that I think about it, because they kind of need to work with everybody.
Honestly,
So
we've sort of thought of like almost every team going over there. At this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We had an executive power lunch today, sort of discussing what some of the different options are. So Lab 1, we will likely still find a use for. It's also just possible that we will sell it depending on how things go with Screwdriver and Backpack. Anywho, we reached...
One quick aside, because I've had a bunch of questions about it. The machine learning / vision position is local. All the rest of those positions can potentially be remote, but it would be preferred if they're local. And it is highly preferred if, regardless if you're remote or not, you are Canadian.
Okay. Do you want to talk specs?
Of the...
Lab 2?
Yeah, sure.
Lab 2 is just shy of 20,000 square feet. So it will just about double our overall footprint, like as an entire organization.
Yeah.
Nearly double it. It will, right now, the only thing that is guaranteed to be there is the lab team. So if you missed last week's WAN show, it's going to be headed by Gary Key, formerly of AnandTech, and more recently, formerly the director of marketing for ASUS North America. The guy's super technical, super driven, really excited to get back into media. You can't tell because he sounds like this, but he is.
He does seem pretty amped.
Yeah, he's like actually amped. I've known him for a long time. I've followed him for a long time. I have a ton of respect for Gary. He's going to be heading up the team there. We've actually got 3 of Gary's underlings already started. We've got additional bodies coming in.
I'm like rocking already, too.
Oh, yeah. You're going to see more job postings coming up over the next little bit. We're going to see how much of this ends up filling up with lab, but I suspect it'll be a fair bit of it, and we're going to have to figure out how to shuffle the other people in the existing spaces because, man, I got some wacky ideas. Like, we had a meeting with the labs guys earlier this week, and they're sitting there telling me, I mean, look, Linus, the way thermal chambers work is you've got to have this extremely broad range of temperatures, typically from -55 to whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. The point is, you typically want this range, and they need to be small so you can quickly turn them up and down to whatever you want. And I'm sitting here going, details. Okay, so they did their whole spiel, and I'm like, right, that's nice. But I want one that I can walk in so that I can shoot in it. And they're like, Linus, you don't need one of those because everything that happens inside the thermal chamber can be translated into a graph. And I'm like, no, I wish to walk inside a freaking walk-in deep freeze and talk about, show the people the battery drain of this phone sucking.
Way more interesting.
And so we compromised. We're building both.
Yeah.
We're going to do small ones with oh man, our mobile testing guy, I'll tell you all about him once he's off probation. He just started on Tuesday, but our mobile testing guy is talking about a conveyor belt that freaking moves the devices between different chambers and crap so it can automate the testing. Man,
hell yeah.
This is going to be
awesome.
Really expensive.
Yeah.
Our power supply tester, I guess I can start to talk about that now. Our power supply tester was $120,000 US. But it is literally apparently better than the one Seasonic has. Well, just newer.
Oh, okay.
because it's the latest.
That makes sense.
It's the latest model. Man, I'm jacked. We have, so this building, right? It's, I think 22 or 23 foot ceilings. So any, inventory we needed to carry, like we need, a bunch of motherboards from different generations or whatever, we can palletize that, throw it up into the rafters. It's got 600 volts or 600 amps of 600 volt power. So we can run basically whatever we want over there and put some, crypto miners in the ceiling with some fans for heating in the winter. I mean, probably that is not a very good way to heat the building in the winter.
Yeah.
I'm just, oh my God, relax, people, relax, just relax. The point is, there's lots of power. There's about 4,500 square feet of office space, and that will either, that could end up being office space. Luke wants an office. Luke, do you want an office?
I can just permanently be remote, or I can have an office.
Would you like an office?
Sort of, yeah.
Do you want an office? Okay. We're going to give Luke an office there.
That'd be cool.
The rest of it's up for grabs. So it'll either be additional lab stuff. I could see, say, for example, the soundbar speaker testing room being inside the office area because there's parking limitations and zoning limitations. We can't build out more rooms. Actually, I think if they're like production rooms or like testing rooms, testing enclosures, because you can build a paint booth. So if we build like as long as it's
not an office space, it's like a
it's
technical
not.
room.
Well, it isn't office space.
Yeah, exactly.
So we just have to make sure we apply for it with the right coding. So it's possible that we could do a speaker or like a soundbar testing room out in the warehouse area. But if we can't, then that might end up being in the office area just so that they can actually test stuff all day and not disturb anyone else.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff for us to figure out, but there's tons of power, tons of space. Hires are coming in. If it's not clear to you guys already, we are going through a period of just ridiculous growth right now. Hopefully you guys are all cool with that. And man, I got to tell you, like, I'm excited. This is going to be absolutely wild over the next like 6 months to 3 years. Because there is so much work to do. Labs needs its own website. There's going to have to be multiple channels around the work that they're doing. You got to do behind the scenes, showing how we develop our testing procedures.
I think the filming in the lab, like I know the original like way back plan didn't even include filming in the lab.
No,
now,
well, there wasn't space.
Yeah, but now like all the testing stuff is being thought out with this additional space for filming and all that kind of stuff. Like the second you were talking about a thermal chamber that you can sit in, like needing to go through the entire process of one of those tests would actually just be like hilariously interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like that'd be really cool. It'd be very
100%.
engaging content.
100%.
So yeah, I think that's great.
I am jacked. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Thanks for watching, and thanks to dbrand for sponsoring this week's clips. dbrand only paid us for 10 seconds of ad time, so be sure to give them money so they can afford more. Check them out using the link below.